What's up, everybody? Now, you know how you find yourself in a rut sometimes, where things are going a certain way, and there's no hope for things to be different, and blah, blah, blah. It's no good. Yes. You have to do something differently, and that's exactly what Mr. Brandon has done. He's going to tell us about it today in this very special one-on-one interview. Welcome, Brandon! So, Brandon, you're exploring different sides of yourself. Brandon recently had hypnosis. And now I'm thinking about that Biggie Smalls song, Hypnotized.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Sicker than your average. Yeah, exactly.
Keep going.
The idea behind it was three things. One, I tend to get extremely nervous whenever I'm going into big situations because I overhype them and I overanalyze what is supposed to happen and it's not happening that way.
Gotcha.
And it's a control thing.
Gotcha.
So I need to learn how to let that go. I also wanted to subside my cravings for food, control portion sizes, as well as avoid eating things that are really bad for me. So then help me fall asleep better and have less control over my sleep, if that makes any sense. Less controlling sleep, as opposed to just letting myself sleep. And then the fourth thing was to be able to have that desire and want, as well as the ability to get into a more meditative trance on a regular basis to help me level out my life. And so his thing is that he's like, if you can meditate every single day, I say that all of your problems will just disappear in a year. He's like, but you have to get to that place, and that has to have some kind of balance before you get there.
Yeah.
He's like, because you have to have the want to go ahead and get there and do it, and it's time and space.
It's like everything impacts everything else.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. So we went to the initial session, and that was just kind of like analyzing who I am, where I come from, what I did, all of my life. And he's like, I think you have a very good rap on what's going on. It's fine. Your problem is lack of sleep. That's where everything stems from that.
Yeah.
Everything. And
Wow.
that comes down to, because like your lack of sleep ends up no meditation, not able to deal with, emotions, as well as
Short fuse, so you won't talk to somebody maybe.
and then also on top of that,
low fuse easier.
your brain is telling you to eat to suppress your emotions. So it's all these different things that you can control by meditating, but you can't do that because you can't sleep. So we'll take care of that in hypnosis. See me on Wednesday.
Okay, so you went in with a good handful of goals, and he's like, well, let's do this, and it's the biggest thing we can do to affect the other thing.
Right, and what's interesting about hypnosis is that like it has to be catered to you specifically. It can't be like a general hypnosis thing or whatever. Like he had to know my wants and desires and understand that I am a slight control freak. So he made everything my option. Instead of saying you're going to go into a trance, he was like, you can go into a trance. It's your choice.
You're like, I'm not ready.
Okay, so the best thing is that I don't really remember much of it. So it's 7:45 in the morning.
Okay, wait, I need to get this.
So the night before,
So you met with him like on a Monday.
Yeah.
And you had your kind of a pre.
Yeah, so he did his research and tried.
And that's when you walked in and you're like, here's what I'd love to achieve.
Right.
He's like, well, let's do this. And
Yes.
it'll affect a good portion of these. That was on a Monday, so then you go throughout your day, do your thing until yesterday, which is Wednesday.
Yes.
Then you go in there early in the morning.
7:45.
Are you nervous?
Apprehensive, intrigued, ecstatic.
Did you sleep very well the night before?
No. I was up and out. I had a lot of really weird dreams.
More than usual, or about the same?
No, about the same.
Okay.
But when I got there, I was so excited because I wanted it that badly. Like I just wanted to be able to sleep at night. I wanted to be able to do all the above. So anyhow, so
I guess you go.
I go in the office. So we're just talking. He's like, okay, so I.
Are you sitting in a chair?
Yeah, in a chair. And it was really comfortable too. I love the chair.
So you're not laying down.
No.
Okay.
No, it turns off the lights. So we had like a little bit of light coming through the blinds. And he's like, so how are you feeling? I'm like, I really didn't get much sleep at all last night. I'm really tired right now, but I'm so gung-ho about this. Like, let's just do it. Like, and now what I want you to do is go through your body and just find the places that are tense.
Okay.
And just relax. Feel your feet grounded to the floor and feel your feet connected to the earth. And they're one. There's nothing between your feet and the earth.
It's just very relaxed.
Yeah, and like I'm fucking like, oh, okay. Things just really kind of go blurry. right after that. I'm already in a trance. I'm like meditating. That's what it felt like. It felt like I was meditating. It's this whole entire disconnect between your body and your mind. It's just you're there, but you're not. You don't feel it. You feel things, but you don't. You're aware of what's going on, and you can hear things.
Is there
you're
anything
processing it, but it's nothing like
for people who have not experienced like that state in meditation or?
It's kind of like when you're really, really drunk, and you got that buzz on, and you hear things going on. You know that it's happening.
Okay.
But you're kind of disconnected from everything. But it's not like it's fuzzy, like as opposed to when you're meditating, you're very cognizant of everything. You're not. That's what people think is you go to sleep and you're not there, but you're fully there. You're fully aware and fully present of what's going on.
But just removed from it in a way.
Removed completely. I heard sonar hearing on everything, but it wasn't even. I wasn't hearing it.
So it's very alert.
Yeah, 100% alert. It's like super heightened alertness. Like you know what the fuck's going on everywhere.
Could you move, or would you want to?
No, I was so relaxed. I couldn't
Sleep.
move. And he said, now imagine your body is a something, blah, 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 blah. I'm not even fucking there. I'm gone. So at this point, the one thing, like, I'm so gone. I can hear everything. I can hear a bus. I can hear the phone ring. I can hear people talking in the hall. I mean, like, there's noise. There's a lot of effing noise going on. And I hear all these things and I'm processing it, but I'm not. Like, it's just like, whatever. And then he goes, and it's like a paper cut. And I just remember going, and at this point in time, my whole body, I felt like I was 30, 60 feet tall.
Huh.
I felt like I was beyond the room.
Okay.
And I was part of everything, and I could feel the chair, but it wasn't a physical sensation anymore. Like, I could feel the chair.
Huh.
Don't say anything about that. So I could feel everything. It was like the most amazing. It was the most heightened I've ever been. It was like the most meditative state I've ever been in.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it was beyond. I was completely disconnected. And then he goes, "It's like a paper cut. Your body knows how to heal itself, and you can look at that paper cut all you. These little stories. You can look at the paper cut all you want, and you can put ointment on it. You can put a Band-Aid on it." Whatever, and you can do as much as you possibly can to heal that situation, but it's your body naturally that's going to fight it, and it's going to put those cells together and heal it from the inside. Your body knows what to do.
Love that.
And he goes, and so your body knows it needs sleep. Out again. Disconnected from this whole entire thing.
Just kind of.
And I remember just kind of like feeling around the room and just like kind of being there, just like floating. Amassed in the room. I was so much bigger than my body, which is really hard to believe at then probably 214 pounds. And it was a really weird experience. So then I remember him also saying, and you will enjoy your food and chew it. Enjoy chewing it. You move your hands, and whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I remember just like, my hand was like, I can move it. Wow, this is weird. Slowly I was coming back, and then all of a sudden I was like opening my eyes, and I was like, he's like, how do you feel? And I was like, I feel really good. He's like, well, what do you remember? I was like, I don't know. He's like, how long do you think that was? I was like, 5-7 minutes at the most. It is now 8:50.
Wow. It's a full hour, basically.
Almost.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And he's like, I was like, you talked the whole hour? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I don't remember a single thing.
Wow.
I was like, I remember bits and pieces, and I told him I remembered.
Yeah.
He's like, so what do you think about it? And I was like, well, you know, what I'll do is I'll just kind of monitor myself for the next couple of weeks and see where I go from there. So I was like, I'm gonna go do some real testing. I had about an hour before work, so I went and laid down for an hour. No fan. What I always have a box fan. No fan, no earplugs. Knocked the fuck out.
Really?
Out cold.
Cool.
I didn't really munch all. Usually I like pick at food during work, but I didn't really do it. And I think a lot of times I would go to do it, and then I'd be like, nope, don't do it. And it was a weird thing because it's very conscious. Like, I'm very aware of it. I could have easily just grabbed it.
Right.
But it wasn't like what I thought would happen would be like, I abhor it. You know, like I can't touch it. Every time I look at, you know, chocolate, it makes me think of
baby kittens
getting killed. You know, it's like, but it wasn't like that at all.
It wasn't
Just like it was more like it was more like, do I really need this right now?
You're like more in tune to something.
Yeah, like
inside,
maybe my body and
it's the
listening
choice to be like this or that, or
maybe that's what the cut thing happened to me. Like maybe he was like, your body knows when it's done. Maybe I don't know what he said.
Like let your body, like
right.
let your body speaking for itself, and you're listening better. Well, what's going to be fun is we're going to kind of track back and get your progress reports as they happen, and kind of see. It'll be really fun to see if you do change one thing. If you get the sleep underway, the positive effects it'll have in other areas of your life.
Right.
And then if the hypnosis like helps you do the sleep thing, and maybe other things, if you continue that, just kind of what works best for you.
Right.
So it'll be really cool to follow your story. All right, guys, we'll check back. We're going to check on Brandon's progress through the coming months. And if you know anybody that's doing anything interesting and maybe a little bit out of the box, shaking things up a little bit, let us know about it. Send us an email, contribute@onatlanta.com. Well, for onatlanta.com, this is Kyle, and this is Mr. Brandon, and we're out.